Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. We have our Arsenal special podcast today, and we have a new guest. We'll probably start with him, Bhavesh, all the way from UK, who was there at our last match, Arsenal Brentford, sitting at the Brentford away. And I think we can, we can say that now, right? Safe from all the stewards, Bhavesh.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, Bhavesh. Looking forward to listening to stories. Looking forward to listening to inside coups that you might have for
Yeah.
us. Any transfer news that Mikkel shared with you?
Not Mikael, but one of the Brentford scouts. There is one rumor saying that there is going to be a battle for Tony in the North London
Oh, in North
side.
London. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
In the North London side, there's going to be a bidding war for Tony.
Ah, but we all know what fan Tony is. I mean, it'll be a
Yeah.
it'll be his loss if he goes to the other end. But anyway,
But the thing is, we can't afford him in the January according to FFP
FFP looming
rules.
large.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll. Oh, balloon आया भाई बहुत बाप. So, welcome to the podcast, Bhavesh. We'll hear about the match from you very soon. I'll just welcome the other guests. Siddhesh, welcome back to the podcast. How are you feeling? Finally, you have a wallpaper behind you, and it's our gaffer.
Yeah, the manager, top of the tree, feeling good.
Yeah,
Let's talk
nice.
about it. Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. Welcome to the podcast. And last but not the least, you might not be able to see him is getting camouflaged with his background, but we have Ashish repping Kai Havertz once again. So welcome to the podcast, Ashish. Finally, your man has delivered.
Yes, yes, yes. It feels good. It feels good. For the first time, I can keep the background with such a celebration rather than a
Yeah.
struggling face.
or a big penalty.
first open play.
Yeah. Welcome back, Ashish. Welcome back. Looking forward to hearing your opinions too. And we'll start with the last game, right? That's the freshest memory in our mind. And who better than Bhavesh? Bhavesh, your thoughts about the game, about the environment, away fans, just in general. Like, what would you like to share about the match?
Okay, so this was actually my first away game, and the crowd is crazy. As in, I have never seen a home crowd so silent for the entire game. Apart from the 2-3 mistakes made by Ramsdale when they tried to capture upon it. Apart from that, I have never heard such a silent crowd at a home end, and Arsenal fans singing all through long the whole 90 minutes. There was some of the other cheers from the uh, away end, be it for Saliba, be it for uh, be it for
Zinchenko.
Mikel Arteta, be it for the club. And Aaron Ramsdale as well. even
Hmm.
even though Aaron Ramsdale made silly mistakes, the away end was totally behind him. They're like, you can do it, Aaron Ramsdale. That was the one thing they were always saying. And as and when Ramsdale went on to the other end, where the Brentford home fans were there, I don't know what happened to him. He got super charged up, and
Yeah.
you can see it in his performance in the second half only.
That's where he
Yeah,
thrives, na?
yeah, he tries. He tries. He wants somebody to give him some stick, and he'll come up later on.
Exact
And
reason
about,
why he's having,
Hmm.
he has his worst games at the Emirates because there's no one to banter him. So my man can't focus. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And in general about the match, how did you feel? Like
The
control
match,
was
I felt Brentford from minute one they had one
defended well.
strategy. Yeah, sit low, sit low. You will get one chance. You'll get two chances. Put it over to Visa, a long ball, or put it over to Muembo. They'll take care of it. But luckily, uh, our defense locked them on properly. I don't think apart from uh,
The Ramsdale
Muembo.
mistakes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not the Ramsdale mistakes. Those are given that they were
Yeah.
there, that everybody
Hmm.
saw. But apart from that, uh, the only threat from their side was Mbembo. I don't think anybody
Hmm.
else even looked like a threat
Yeah.
to me. And from our end, the game was composed. I feel that Gabriel Jesus was holding on to their defense very well. Whenever he had to collect the ball, he used to collect the ball, turn, pivot, pass it through, make runs. Jesus was amazing, but obviously he's just come off an injury, fresh off an injury. So I feel that is why Arteta managed his game time and got on Eddie later on. That's what I feel. And Martinelli also had a he had an average game. He was taking on his defenders properly, but poor guy was getting double teamed by the Brentford
Fullback and winger.
defenders, yeah, players. So yeah, apart from that, overall, I feel obviously on the pitch everybody could see Rice was the man. Everything was going through Rice and Zinchenko. Zinchenko was pretty important as well. Later on in the last 10-15 minutes, when him, Trossard, and Odegaard and Rice, all four of them were making different
Box.
kind of combinations inside the box
Interchanging.
and round about the left wing area.
Yeah. I think that's a good point, right? I think these are the games that Zinchenko is in the team for. He's not for your City, Liverpool games. These are the games
Yeah,
that he thrives in, and he has been thriving in these games this season. Like Brentford and who was our last one? Sheffield, was it? Yeah, I think Sheffield also he played very well.
yeah,
Siddhesh, your opinion on the match, on the midfield box. Odegaard came back after a long break
Yeah,
about an
after a
injury
bit.
nobody had any clue about, apparently a concussion or some other things that we probably conspired on. But yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
your thoughts.
I think it wasn't an exciting game at all. It was a usual London derby tough game. We survived, and it was very tight, but we survived. And last minute winner kind of saved us because there were a few moments in the game, especially with Ramsdale, that I thought that,
Mm.
like old times, we might
Yeah,
make a mistake and lose this
deja
game.
vu.
Thankfully for the man, the myth, the legend, Kai Havertz, who got us through. And I would like to also give huge credit to Bukayo Saka.
Oh,
I mean, he's one of our best players, and we don't praise him enough because we expect so much of him. Amazing ball yet again. And apart from that,
standard now,
not
right?
many thoughts. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just like Bhavesh and everyone have already said things. So that
Yeah,
midfield of Rice, Trossard, and Odegaard, I think against teams who play a lower block, I think this is a very good creative trio. I think these players can link up well, and you've got Zinchenko as well, like he mentioned. These four can actually, these are four creative players, and Rice
yeah,
obviously holding because of his stature, but all four of them have creative capabilities, and they interchange quite well. And unfortunately, we didn't create as many chances as we would
would
have
love.
hoped to, because Brentford are, a strong team. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Ashish, I think this is again the kind of game that Fabio Vieira would love to play. And I think he scored here in the last league game last season. We had three back-to-back clean sheets now at what's their stadium's name? So Bhavesh, help me here.
Tech Community Stadium.
GTech, yeah. So I think third consecutive
It
clean
used to be
sheet there.
something else, right?
Brentford Stadium, I don't know.
Yeah, it used to be
Yeah,
Brentford Community Stadium, but now it's sponsored, so it's
yeah,
Tech Community Stadium.
capitalism. So
Yeah.
I think since that Ben White thrashing on opening day of 21-22, we've been great at Brentford, but the kind of game that Fabio Vera would have loved to play, right? I think it's a huge miss for him, Ashish.
Well, honestly, if I just start with the review of this game, I would agree with Sid. Like he said, it wasn't a really exciting game. We were quite lucky from the beginning itself, with Ramsdale making those silly mistakes. Even though, like Bhavesh said, he wants to stay here, but somewhere I feel the break that he has been exposed to by Mikkel, I feel somewhere down the lane that confidence has gone down a lot, because those mistakes could have really cost us the game. We could have really considered a goal in the beginning where I don't know what he was up to, whether he really wanted to clear that ball from D or he was trying to pass it to someone. It was, I would say, the consciousness of Rice to go back there and stand.
Yeah,
Even Rice was very lucky because that shot directly came up to him. Otherwise, it could have been directly into the goalpost, the back of the net. After that, again, I don't know what kind of throw was that. Some kind of a bouncer, some basketball he was playing with
Yeah,
those players out there. So, yeah, Fabio Vieira would have really loved to play this game, but I
it
don't
is
know
what it is.
what Nikhil thought. But yeah, but one person that I would really like to stand out for is not Kai Havertz, but Bukayo Saka. I mean, that kind of cross, the quality of that cross, the ball that he put in. You need to know that that coordination between him and Havertz was really good. It shows that maybe in the drills and practice they have a good coordination, they have a good rapport between them. Because just because that instant pass from Odegaard to him, and then it was just a fraction of 2 seconds maybe. He put in the ball in, and Kai Havertz was there to head in that.
Yeah.
And I feel that this goal is somewhere down a big boost for Kai. And probably with more games to come in, he would be more confident to go there and probably score for us. So there are more key games coming up. Credits to Zinchenko, as usual. Declan Rice bossing the midfield like a boss. He has been consistently so good from the beginning. Like कभी लगा नहीं यार 100 मिलियन सही में किधर लॉस हुआ भाई एक एक रुपया बंदा वसूली
Yeah.
करके ले रहा है so Trossard somewhere down the line I felt was a bit loose in this game. Could have been more effective in comparison to the previous games which he has played.
New
But
position.
overall a good performance. Yeah, we got those three games. We were at advantage because Liverpool ने अपना काम करके दे दिया था. So we had to win this game. Had we lost it या draw कर देते तो भाई फिर again वो Stockers वाला tag आता अपने ऊपर कि
Yeah.
भाई time पे as usual we choked it. But
Well,
good to see on the top of the table in the
ideal
beginning.
game week, City lost points, Chelsea lost points, Spurs lost points, United.
If you
I
remember,
think
Saurabh, years before the 2015 season, I guess said Leicester जीता था और उसी season जब Leicester draw किया था, we had the chance to go on the top of the table against Southampton, and we were
yeah,
thrashed 4-0.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we
Who
are
who is
used to
that
we are
player
used
with
to
that
that game.
color goal? 35 color goal.
और
Right
ये
back, the
Yeah,
right
Rabona
back,
मारता
right back.
Rabona फेंका
Klein,
जाएगा वो
Klein,
right back था.
No,
Nathaniel
not
Klein,
Klein.
not
Somewhere.
Klein. I remember. I don't want to remember, but I
Remember the goal,
remember.
right? But you remember the goal.
Yeah,
Fourth
yeah.
goal, yeah.
And
टक्कर
Shane
बन
Long था शायद उनका striker ना Long भी था शायद उनका striker तभी
हाँ
Southampton का.
Let's
Yeah.
move on, guys. Let's
बेकार
move on.
थ्रैश किया था
ये
बेकार
सब
थ्रैश
ये
किया था.
सब नहीं
That
याद
was the
करते
game
बस.
where everything changed.
But yeah,
by
I
the way
think
I would like to add something. It's good that we did this podcast after the game because पहले करते तो Kai Havertz का topic ही अलग होता. Like the
Siddhesh would
previous
have ripped
month,
him apart.
I was prepared, bro. I was prepared.
I feel Kai is improving with each game. I mean, I don't feel anything really negative about that guy.
See,
Since the beginning अब तक तो मतलब एक टाइम था भाई बंदे के पास बॉल रहता नहीं था. बॉल दे दिया तो भाई बंदा लूज करता पोजीशन या फिर दूसरे को देता था. I remember that United game. Ball दे दिया and we just considered that goal again from Rashford. So in comparison to all those games, I feel yeah he is doing good. But
जितना
ठीक है, has bringing
जितना
him
मैं
as a sub is a good thing.
जितना मैं सिद्धेश को जानता हूँ, I think it was about time that Kai Havertz delivered. It was like it's
Yeah.
what 18 games into the
Again,
season already. It's about time he
Yeah,
delivered to Siddhesh for
yeah,
Siddhesh.
yeah. That's true. That's true, man. That's true, man.
Zero first open play goal this season.
Yeah.
Yep.
two goals.
Honestly,
First
yes.
open.
Yeah, I mean
Two
open
goals,
play.
एक penalty था sir.
I mean,
Ek penalty.
Open
80.
play.
Wait, he had an assist as well, right? Wait,
Yeah.
18 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist, right?
It's crazy
Yeah.
you remember every goal involvement of his
वो
like his
दिल पे
strike.
लगा है उसको वो पैसा पैसा
Huh?
Yeah.
विलन दिल पे लगा है
I
सिद्धेश के.
remember the price and his wages as well, but I'm not the kind of
Yeah,
person
man.
to speak
Yeah.
about that.
I think
क्योंकि ठीक है, but he has to deliver. That's the only thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
has to deliver.
even if he's not contributing in like goal involvements,
Yeah.
he's a very good presser. Like I do realize that he does have a physical stature. He can grow a bit, become a bit stronger. क्योंकि
Yes.
हमेशा he can't, he doesn't win every battle like against like if Van Dijk is going against him, he's not winning that. So if he can't provide in goals, he can provide in other ways in link up. But that's the only
Yes.
thing.
He
His
make
ball
the
control is never,
Yeah.
consistent. But ठीक है.
That
He's
goal,
improving
right?
so as
That goal, right, Siddhesh Bhavesh? I think that goal, Ashish, that goal is it's like a set piece. That attacking pattern for Arsenal is almost like a set piece. Last year it
Yeah.
was Xhaka coming at the end of it, and this
yeah,
year
exactly.
multiple times Havertz has been at the end of that pattern, and thankfully he
Yes.
could connect his header
Yeah.
this time around.
This
That's
game
Bhavesh.
that's
also.
that's credit to this guy's coaching in training
Drilling.
that since 3 4 years it's the same patterns. Bukayo Saka cutting in on this first touch and
Or
uh,
sometimes
And
Odegaard did
someone
the
has to
same.
head it.
yeah,
Yeah,
same position. It's basically the left footer in the same area of the pitch, cutting in the
all
same way
correct.
and putting the same ball. Whether it's Saka or Odegaard or whether it's Xhaka or Havertz running in behind, the patterns are the same. It's just that the different players executing
Yeah.
the same.
This game also,
All
honestly,
credit to my man.
mm, honestly, this game also second half, while the attack was going on my end, I saw that these kind of crosses, no, were coming in consistently. But Martinelli was not making that effort or making that run. Maybe he was tired, jet lag. I
Yeah,
don't
he looked to be very tired. He looked to be very
Yeah,
tired actually. I don't
yeah.
know what was going on.
He played for
Because
No,
after a
Brazil,
he
man.
certain
played.
time when Zina
He
was
played.
passing, he was
He
not
played
doing.
on Tuesday. He played on Tuesday, and I suppose he flew back on Wednesday
Didn't
and one
train.
rest day, one training day, one rest day, and then they played the game. So yeah, he looked a bit tired because he wasn't going for the crosses that Saka and Odegaard were putting in
Yes. Yeah,
initially.
yeah,
And props to Mikel that he made those two changes of Havertz and Ben White, wherein Havertz was something like a false nine or a number eight, and Trossard went on to the left wing, and obviously Ben White
definitely.
uh, Bukayo with overlapping runs and this thing on the right side. So I somewhat knew that the goal attack starting is going to happen from the right side because
Delivery.
they are fresh, and Bukayo honestly was not that much involved in the
Hmm.
game throughout the game. Uh, it was a very average game for Bukayo Saka, but when it mattered the most, he
He did.
delivered.
He did.
He delivered with the cross, and I could see before the goal also that before the goal came in, there were 3 4 attacks which are happening from that side, and then sometimes the crosses were coming in, or sometimes Odegaard was pinging the ball directly to Zinchenko, changing the flank, and Zinchenko and Trossard with their cute little one-twos, they are troubling the left-hand side. But yeah, it was nice. Those two changes were very effective of Kai Havertz and Ben White, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. I think so. One of the main, I am not sure if this is the average or this is across the season, but I think Bukayo in this match was rated at, yeah, probably because of the assist, but his overall
Yeah,
rating was 7.9.
yeah,
I mean, that's the game that he has. He's not seen in the game, but
yeah.
efficient with his passing, like does not lose the ball. Basics,
The
just the
same thing,
the
the same,
basics.
yeah, the same issue with Bukayo also that he was also getting double teamed
Yeah,
by
and he
but
spoke about it.
both our wingers are getting double three. They're getting tackled left, right, center. I am worried about an injury more than a
But
game not
that
going on
that's
properly.
credit to the Brentford performance, right?
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
was the game plan
so
to
yeah, they're
tighten things
resolute.
up,
They
double up,
don't give up.
and yeah,
Mm.
and
even for
especially
the
like
goal.
away games, they are quite tough. Hmm?
Yeah, even for the, I mean, I think at home only Arsenal is the only Big Six side to defeat them into back to
Consecutively.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah, at their
And
yeah.
home.
City usually lose there, right? Lose or
Drop
draw
They
there,
points.
right?
draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, they drop
Yeah,
points basically.
yeah.
Also for the goal, they had 8 players in the box, and still,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, of
And
course, you had a
the
lamppost
average
standing.
height, yeah, and the average height of Brentford
Yeah,
team was way higher than our team, but our tall, lanky fellow made
yeah,
use of his height and
a tallest player.
got to the end of the ball.
Is he our tallest player?
No, Saliba is
Yes,
also.
no, he's our tallest player, I
He
guess.
is, yeah,
Yeah,
but
Really?
Saliba has a big stature, no, so he
big
looks
stature.
like
Yeah,
he is,
I think
yeah,
Kai
he's,
Havertz is 6'4", Sali is 6'3",
yeah.
and Rice is 6'2", 6'3", something.
Yeah, even Gabriel is
English,
same
yeah.
six
We've
two.
got
So
a
Gabriel is
that
too.
I mean our 4-2 3-2 जो भी अपना पीछे का
yeah,
जन is pretty, I mean वो पूरा defensively solid है.
it
It's
is
like
Hmm.
it is very robust.
robust,
It is
yeah.
like still very
Up
difficult
front
to.
सब अपने
I
एक
mean,
दो
I
से.
think it's quite calculated, right? Out of the 10 outfield players, we have five tall ones and five creative ones.
Yeah,
What do you think?
Yeah, I think, but creatively also
Right?
we could make use of some tall folks like your De Bruyne's and all of those folks.
But
I mean,
shorter people usually have that quicker turn of pace, right?
no,
That's the
but
thing.
we need one tall
Low
striker.
center of gravity,
ACM.
so you can move around better.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Jesus is brilliant, bro. On the ball, off the ball, he's all around the pitch, shouting. encouraging players.
It didn't seem like
I
his
loved
first game
working
back
I
after
mean,
against.
yeah,
injury.
you were there, so you might have had that experience without commentary. You could actually feel the
Yeah,
players, what's happening. So, can
yeah.
you tell us more about who the leaders actually are during the game?
Zinchenko, no doubt. Zinchenko is always
Nice.
motivating everybody. Declan Rice, showing everybody
Hmm.
where to be, where not to be. Tomiyasu was out of place 3 times. As in, it was not his mistake, he was out of place. He was following a plan. But the Brentford pressing was so good that Tomiyasu had to fall back or fall down so that, he gives an extra man in that defense. And Rice was controlling the play in the central midfield, and he was working with the center backs basically. So 2 or 3 times he's shouting and calling, come this side," and then passing the ball to him, and then the game going forward to the right hand side. Zinchenko 100%, Gabriel Magalhaes 100%,
Mm.
Gabriel Jesus after every outside corner motivating everybody, making runs, directing everybody on, I will switch, you go here in the second half. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Jesus came in on the left wing, Saka came in centrally, and Martinelli went down wide on the right hand side. It
Mm.
was for a cup. It was, I think, for 3 or 4 minutes before Jesus got subbed off.
Mhm. Right.
And I saw Jesus talking to, not even talking, just looking and making eye contact with Martinelli and Saka, and they exactly knew what the plan was. It was our goal kick from the halfway line. Martinelli ran and took a player with him all across to the right hand side of the ground,
To expand it, probably, yeah.
uh,
Yeah,
to
and
break their structure so that we get
Hmm.
a chance to
Because
run.
they may have made a plan already, right? The right
Yeah,
side is
yeah,
going to mark Martinelli. So if you
yeah.
switch it around, it might confuse them. Yeah,
Yeah,
fair,
and
fair.
Eddie had a chance. Eddie could have finished it, but or he could have squared it to
mm.
Saka, because looking up close of what a chance it was, I was like, "Arey pass dena yaar." My expression was that, "Why are you
Yeah,
shooting? Give it through to Saka. He'll maybe take a shot or something." But
yeah,
yeah, won't blame Eddie. Eddie also showed that grit of fighting the
yeah.
defenders,
That he'll
keeping,
always show.
yeah, taking the ball.
Yeah, yeah. I think Bukayo, he talked about it being doubled up. Martinelli is just beginning to get that treatment also. And
Yeah,
he's someone who is more than intelligent. He's more, he speaks with his skills.
yeah.
More than Bukayo is very, he's like your lab made winger, right? Like, so he even if he's injured or even if he's down on form, I think he can, with his brain, he can do with his movements. Yesterday, I think he started to use the half space more often than not. So what we absolutely need at this point to help Bukayo is Emil Smith Rowe, but it's a shame that we don't have him at the moment. But talking about the January transfer window, like going into that, I think two things came about this week. One is of course Oshiman, but that's for summer. I don't think it's for January. Or correct me if I'm wrong. And Bhavesh already talked about Tony. If given a choice, Tony Oshiman, what do you prefer? Or your personal choices?
I would go for Tony because
Premier
um,
League.
Yeah,
same league, yeah, same league. He's used to he's knowing the teams here. He's used to every player maybe knowing the pitches here out here. For Osimhen, I feel it's not that he's not of that caliber, but quite risky because, like Bhavesh said, price tag बहुत ज्यादा होगा.
Hmm.
And अगर इतना price tag देके उसको यहाँ लेके आके if he doesn't prove that worth, it would be another Nicolas Pepe situation for
yeah.
us.
It's not even price tag. It's not even price tag. It will be price tag plus salary. For Tony, at
Yes,
least it will be only price tag because Brentford is demanding
exactly.
that, and there will be a
Brentford demand.
but I don't think Tony's salary is so much that it'll be very heavy for our financial books. And
Yeah.
I have liked Tony for the past 2 seasons since they've come up. I have watched Brentford play because they defeated us the first game 2-0, and I can never forget.
Yes.
After that, I used to
Kick it
I
off
used to
with the
I
boss.
used to follow Brentford, and they played good football. And Tony has always been an integral part. uh, breaking down defenses of Manchester City, scoring goals from the half line, scoring free kicks, scoring penalties. He does everything, and he is Premier League proven. For Osimhen, it is like, okay, you play in Serie A, you've played in Champions League. Champions League, your performances haven't been that good, and Serie A, I get it. You've played good, you've scored goals, but I still feel that there is a major risk factor for
Yes.
Osimhen.
with
A,
Osimhen.
mainly because price tag, and B, the salary also. I think it'll be very heavy for our books.
Okay.
I don't think we can afford Osimhen. Come on, guys. Let's be realistic. 150 million. Do you
पूरा
think
एंटी क्लाइमैक्स
can
करवा
we
दिया
compete
सिद्धेश
with
ने.
can we compete with
Cannot
Madrid
compete.
and Chelsea? Uh, टॉट बोली 200 मिलियन लेके आएगा उधर ब्रो नहीं होने वाला ये
फिर
so
भी
I
हारेगा, फिर भी
think
हारेगा.
this these Osimhen rumors are probably because there's a rumor that Brentford got 100 million for Tony, right? तो अभी
Yeah.
उसका वैल्यू गिराने के लिए ओसीमेन के साथ
मैं
लिंक
क्या
करते
लेकर
हैं
आता हूँ.
तो
Edu is
ब्रेंटफोर्ड
cooking.
बोलेगा कि भाई 80 दो 70 दो चलेगा आई थिंक दैट्स द केस हियर बट if we are just talking purely players then I would obviously love Osimhen because
Yeah,
he's
pure
one
pure
of the
purely
best like
player के हिसाब से
purely
you prefer.
player yeah top three strikers in the world right now I think he's got a great potential great attributes great
Jesus,
age also I
Nketiah,
think
Osimhen, top three in the world, right?
nah bro nah.
Okay. Haaland.
लिखिए क्या.
Jesus said that never mind what he said and Nketiah का performance दिख रहा है तो let's not go there
Hmm.
but Tony is
Hmm.
the ideal player for us considering the budget and what do you say the profile that we need because he can hold up the ball he's got good pace good strength good finishing
Mhm.
I think Tony is the one realistic one here whether we go for him or not this window I'm not sure.
Mhm.
But seems like it's going to be Tony to Arsenal, right? Unless like there's a huge bidding war.
Yeah.
That's
But
what all the signs
you
I've
feel
been saying
you feel
since Silva
January or
came.
next summer?
Yeah, that's the question, right? January or next summer.
Yeah, I think
Can we
we.
sell players in January?
I heard
Are
there's a
we?
30 million limit that we have, net 30 limit that we have.
I think we're going to
Like
sell some
in
players. We are
loan,
going to sell some players. We are going to sell some players. Come on, like after the
Partey.
mistakes we made last January,
yeah.
that we did not add enough, and eventually it cost us the title. I think
Yes.
if we
So
have learned, we are going to buy a player or two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Either Tony, either a creative midfielder,
Yeah,
or
create
either
Douglas
yeah,
Lewis and
Mm.
yeah, maybe a central midfielder.
Yeah, that is much more important to me than a striker. I think we can still make do with Eddie Jesus, Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz hasn't even played consistently at centre forward, but that is exactly because of the main reason, which is we don't have a left eight, right eight pair.
mm,
So Kai Havertz is just chipping in for a left eight, which could have been Rice, who would have played at left eight if we had Mr. Thomas Partey. But it is what it is, and or else even if we had ESR, and I hope for the 1000th time he will come back like a new signing very soon. So anyway,
I'm
all of yeah,
with ESR, we saw him once, right? In one game when he
yeah,
came on.
only one,
one
only
Did
one
start.
you
game.
notice? Did you notice he is a bit better physically? Only thing was that he missed a chance, gilt edge chance,
he is shy
and
on confidence because of lack of
yeah,
game time. That's it. Otherwise,
and
ESR is an
exactly like
amazing player.
when he missed that chance, remember like when the full time whistle was gone and the camera pans out
He
and
was very
everybody's hanging around
disappointed.
the pitch. Yeah, he was kind of sobbing and the coaching staff were consoling him, and since then he's again been injured. So that's the thing with him. Like I've seen, like physically, I could see, like literally, it's not the same ESR that I saw last time. He is a bit wider, bit grown, but
Mm.
Yeah.
the only thing is injuries and confidence.
Yeah, but with ESR for me, it's the profile that's the ideal profile we need. I don't know another profile in the market that we can recruit if not for ESR. So I just hope he is. That's just a hope, just a blind hope, and pray that he's back fit because it's a very crucial profile that we need, and we don't have a profile like that, a runner creator. But yeah,
Mm.
I think what we can do now is look at some of the matches that we predicted or we were looking forward to in the last podcast. And now that we got done with those, and then we will go to the upcoming matches real quick. So I think we had a difficult start to this month. I mean, since the last international break, with respect to, I think we had two L's back to back. At first was a Carabao Cup exit, which was a very disappointing game, and then I mean, the Newcastle game, the infamous, the embarrassing, the what disgraceful.
Are we going to talk about that goal?
I don't
Are
think
we?
I think it's outdated now. Now we are top of the table and we don't complain. But yeah, I mean, still it that doesn't that it wasn't a game where we created a shitload of chances even. I mean, it was, of course, the goal was unfair, but we didn't create too much
Just didn't
ourselves.
So
deserve to
creatively, we
lose
were
that
we
game.
were zero in that game. Honestly,
So
I don't
basically,
think
Zero.
we
totally
had a
zero.
shot on target until the second half started.
Nothing,
Hmm,
nothing, nothing.
right? And right on cue, after those matches, I think, when was Chelsea? Oh, Chelsea was much before that. Okay. So I think we drew at Chelsea, which was
Yeah.
also a disappointment, right? I mean, there was a sense of
Yeah,
disappointment, but elation because we came back from two down. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I,
so
I wasn't happy that day. I was out with friends again. I had gone to a proper pub to watch the game where there were Chelsea fans and Arsenal fans singing and chanting. After the Mudrik goal went in, I was very disappointed. But
I was disappointed. Yes, with
yeah,
Raya. I
but
don't
then
know.
I mean,
when we
that was a free goal anyway. That was a
yeah,
free goal.
both,
Neither
both.
did
but
Mudrik mean it, and Raya be like,
He
we
was
did
just trying to
celebrate.
cross the line.
We did celebrate the comeback, as in the crowd went mad when Arsenal equalized. But yeah, it could have been a better game.
Yeah,
We could have actually taken 3 points from there instead of one. I feel.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, Sevilla was a comfortable win. The scoreline doesn't say so, but that was probably the most comfortable game. Martinelli absolutely went crazy that game. If you all remember that right back, I don't recollect
Yes.
his name, but he was in
street
spins.
football.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I
Um,
think that game was a record that I think since 2007 or 8, the most times a
take
player has
points.
been beaten by a winger.
correct,
Uh,
correct. True,
I
true,
think
true.
something like that. I
Champions
think
League
it was like
record. Yeah,
13 or 14, 13 or
yeah,
14 or something.
yeah. Correct, correct. I think
Martinelli absolutely rinsed him.
right, right. Martinelli 8.1, Gabriel Jesus 8.5. Saka had an off one. I mean, his off one is a 7.2, which is a great game normally. But yeah, it is what it is. Sheffield was comfortable. West Ham, we talked about it. Newcastle, we kind of touched upon it. Um, oh, this was the game. I selected the wrong Sevilla game. I think this was the right one. 2-0
Yes.
Arsenal, 2-0 Sevilla.
Totally.
Right.
Yes.
And then I think, which was the next game? Sevilla, Burnley. Burnley was also comfortable, right? 3-1
yeah,
Burnley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty comfortable.
I think in the that was a game where Fabio Vera got the
Fabio
red card.
Vieira got red carded. Yeah,
Yeah. And then eventually this is where we are, right? With respect to the table. Any shocks for you? Like I am I might be highlighting on someone, but any other shocks for you?
no, Aston Villa is not a shock because they have been performing at the same level
He's
after
performing really
Emery
well.
has been
Very well.
Emery has been appointed. It was Steven Gerrard was the problem. The team was never the problem because Unai Emery came in, and since then I think he has been the
Yeah.
third or fourth most point getter after City,
Second or
Arsenal.
third, I guess.
Yeah, third, not second
Hmm.
because Arsenal and City are first and second.
Okay.
But yeah, he's third or fourth, but I don't think he'll be fourth anymore because I don't see Newcastle. Yeah, they're 5 points off. So yeah,
Hmm.
maybe third or fourth. Yeah,
Hmm. Right. And I mean,
but yeah,
Biggest
yeah.
drop off of our mate Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah, I mean, full वक्त बदल गए, जज्बात बदल पूरा
That
literally,
bus बदल गया.
and they'll be
Top था
playing
top था.
he
next game
doesn't, he doesn't,
against.
he doesn't want, he doesn't want to change the style of play. Then
Yeah.
that's upon him. His
I
players
re-
can't cope
Good
up.
for him, good for
I
Honestly,
him.
re-
High risk, low reward.
I remember losing it in the group after the Newcastle game, and पूरा बदल ही गया तब से.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, I think Newcastle. I mean, this is Newcastle's story, right? Like they lost a lot of points early on, but look at that GD. Look at that GD. When they win pretty
yeah.
comprehensively.
That GD is
17.
plus 17. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sheffield. Thank you,
Thank you,
Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Actually,
Yeah. How much was it? 8.
8-8.
8-0,
8
right?
0 8 0.
Yeah, correct, correct, correct. All right, and then coming to our upcoming games, I think next up, so we have a good run of games, which is exactly why I wanted Fabio Vieira. But anyway, we'll just move on. I think before the league, we have launched, so that is a game that we
A
struggled
revenge.
away from home. But
We need to
now,
take the revenge.
yeah, we are
Yes.
at the Emirates against Lens. What do you want to speak
Yeah.
about that game? I think more than anything, it is a matter of getting the result right uh, against
Yes.
this team. Yeah,
I think group stage is more mainly about like just finishing top.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
Finishing
finishing
on the
like
top.
top. That's
Yeah.
just that's all that matters in like European group stage games. So I think we are going to beat Lens easily, and I do think like we'll finish top of the group.
yeah. Our group, I'll just come to that. Just real quick. What letter is ours?
I
Average.
think B.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So we
Yeah,
have two
B.
games to go. We are playing Lons. So I think yeah, if we win that, so we're topping the group. Um, Also we need just one win to top the group. But yeah, I hope it's
Yep.
against
Look at
Lons
the
so that
goal difference. Look at the difference. Look at the goal difference.
I think
Plus six,
there's no
zero,
goal
minus
difference.
three.
It's head to head in Champions League group stage.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
just look at the goal difference. Difference in quality.
that's the PSV game, right? We won 4-0 final. I don't recollect. I
4
think
0 4-0.
yeah, because of that.
4-0, 4-0.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, hopefully
Lon
we
lost
wrap up
2-1,
the
right?
group. Lons, yeah, man, 2-1. We led 1-0 if
We
I'm
lost.
not wrong.
We
Then
lost
we
two.
Yeah.
considered
We
two.
led 1-0 and we lost two. Considered two goals after that.
One was Raya mistake, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Not a mistake. I think he kicked it straight to the Lons player and then they
Yeah,
nipped
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think why another reason why I want this to be wrapped up in the Lons game is because I want to see Ramsdale play one Champions League game for us, man. Because
Champions League game,
just
exactly.
morally, because he
I
was the
think
one who taught us.
I think he starts this week.
yeah.
I think he
Oh,
does start this week.
For his
Yeah.
confidence also, and we've basically almost topped the group, right? So
Yeah.
4 games Raya, we've almost set our top place. So I think Ramsdale को खिला सकते हैं.
for back to back, you are benching Raya. I mean, एक तो helpless था, but back to back form, warm, consistency.
I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Rambo को कितना bench किया. So I think for his confidence, I would feel like दे देंगे उसको chance.
Yeah.
Ramsdale PR in this podcast, I feel. But anyway,
No, no, no. Raya is always number one. I told you guys.
yeah,
Rambo is,
थोड़ा
but ठीक है.
राम
Raya is
भरोसे.
doing it. But that's the thing about Ramsdale and Raya, right?
Yeah,
Even Raya is not that great. Like,
so
let's
far.
be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, honestly, for me, both are on par. It's just that Raya is good with his feet. He's amazing with his feet. I won't deny that.
Hmm.
Saving wise, I feel Ramsdale also has similar crazy moments as what Raya has. So if you ask me, whom do I want? Whoever is performing better in the training, please pick that keeper.
Yeah. I think more than
But
anything,
I think it's
Raya
kind of
enables us
obvious
to play
right now,
higher.
right?
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of
Raya
obvious now.
enables us
Raya
to
is
play higher.
better.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
And the balls from Raya are also very pinpoint to our wingers and to our forwards.
Plus a sense of calm at the back, right? ये थोड़ा
Yeah.
तड़फड़ी है अपना भाई.
Bro, before doing that
ADHD, bro,
mistake,
ADHD.
before doing that mistake against Mishra, he 4 5 times really ducked out of a situation where it could have been a mistake again. Just kick the ball long.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Next league game, Wolves, is what we have. Difficult fixture. They took points of City. They took points of most of the top sides. So good test for Arsenal, I think. Wolves.
They're tough at Molineux. I don't think they'll be a
Yeah.
danger at home, honestly. Molineux is a difficult ground to go.
Hmm.
But home, I think last 2 3 times we have been thrashing them at home.
Hmm.
Wolves. And they also, thank God, Pedro Neto is not playing.
Yeah, I mean. And then we have Luton at home. I think that you can go to some neighboring house. You can watch from some window, Bhavesh, at
I'm
Luton.
trying to sort a ticket for Kenilworth Road. I want to go to that ground to watch the
Yeah,
game.
man. What we did.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a classic ground, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it'll
For
be an experience. It'll be
yeah,
an experience. That
Yeah,
is why. And I want Luton to stay up also.
yeah.
I don't know why.
Not sure if
and
you guys have followed. I think Luton defeated Palace.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this game week,
yeah,
and it
Palace.
Yeah.
took points of Pool last week game
Yeah.
week.
Mm,
Wow, I mean, yeah, they're doing bits.
At home they are very resilient, and the main thing is the size of the ground helps them so much. You know that their
Intimate,
fans are very provocative.
yeah,
They keep shouting, they keep
intimate.
whistling, and
Yeah,
keep disturbing, intimidating
Ivory
people.
scenes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very close to the ground. तो ऐसे ग्राउंड का एक्सपीरियंस लेने का मजा ही अलग है.
and then we have Villa away at their place. The infamous
Tough.
Jorginho Emi Martinez, a winner last time around, and
Goal
Zinchenko's
two,
first Premier League goal. Yeah,
Martinez celebration.
that is again a good test for us.
Yeah, they are
that's
13
That's
certainly
going to
going
be
to
a
be
tough
tough.
game. That's going to be a real tough game actually because Emery knows Arsenal and
Arteta
he has
knows
dealt with
Emery.
some players out there. Arteta
Point to
knows
proof
Emery.
kind of game.
Yeah,
So, exactly.
but
It's a
I am
point to
really
prove kind of
looking
game. So
forward
it's
to
going
that
to be
game.
tough.
Like, yeah,
Mhm.
Yes.
and Villa are also 13 games unbeaten at home right now. The
Beaten
longest
at
win
home right
streak
now.
yeah,
at
man.
any home stadium. It was, I think,
They
City.
have quality players
Uh,
to play with, you know.
If not any
Currently.
other team, I think the next best record must be City's only. I mean, that's the best guess.
no, City was 23 games. They hadn't dropped a point at Etihad for the last
Okay,
23
you
games.
mean
This
win? I thought undefeated. Okay.
Yeah. No. This game week they dropped points. I think Villa haven't lost.
Okay.
I think they haven't dropped a point. They also have won all their home games. This
Hmm.
They
last
are
week.
going to.
Yeah.
So your expectations from those Lawns? I heard a victory. Wolves. Okay, I know we want a victory out of every, but what's the worst possible, best possible? Obviously, I mean we're title challenges. We want
Win.
win across. Worst possible. Like where do you see a draw happening, or where would you be okay with a draw happening? Of course, it's subjective. Sometimes you're
Villa
2-0
will.
down, 2-2 you're okay, but just in case. Villa, okay, Villa.
Villa.
Villa will.
Villa.
That's it.
That's the only.
Same Villa. That's the only one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But
If we,
if you want to win a title, तो Villa भी नहीं है
Yeah.
actually.
Villa भी
yeah,
नहीं हो सकता.
for
Actually,
sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
because City in the last
Because
10
the
games, that's the
points
thing.
table
There
is
are
very close. Yeah, they're very close to us. Any game if we drop and they go up, it's going to be again a big
and
ladder for us to climb.
in the last 10 games, City turn into a different animal. So as
Yeah,
much a big of a gap we can maintain
yeah,
is better for us.
yeah.
Last
But
year,
last
5 points
10
weren't
में
enough.
yeah, we'll succumb under pressure and they are going to win every game.
No,
So
no,
that's
Baba, we have
their
improved, Siddhesh. Come on, भरोसा रखो
अरे
यार.
नहीं नहीं I'm saying if we don't maintain
हाँ,
a big
No,
gap.
honestly, we have improved defensively.
Yeah, definitely.
but
Defensively, not only
offensively,
conceding goals, we have lessened, as in
least
we have
XG.
conceded the least amount of goals, but we have the least XG as well.
Yeah,
XG as well. And going forward, we are not as flamboyant as we used to be, but I see a plan now in
Yeah,
Arteta's gameplay.
we are more structured
Yeah,
this year.
last year game चालू नहीं हुआ, अटैक करो स्कोर करो, but this year and what happened in that was when we made errors during those attacks, teams counter attacked, and teams like Southampton, Bournemouth, and one more team who took a lead against us
West Ham.
West Ham. No, West Ham didn't take a lead. We were leading at West Ham.
Okay.
Yeah, we were leading
Bournemouth.
at West
But
Ham. Yeah,
I think
Bournemouth and Southampton. This happens.
there's something common between those games.
Hmm.
Firstly, we didn't have Saliba,
Yeah,
and Saka and Ramsdale had dropped off massively in those last few games,
No,
like last 10 games.
I think Southampton and Bournemouth was still March, not even April. It was March. So I feel that after that Liverpool draw, we were a bit
Yeah,
shaken.
we had gone
Where we
down.
lost 2-0, where we lost the 2-0 lead. But after that also but we shouldn't have given away conceded the goals in the starting, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that kind of thing. But that's what I see this season, that we are not going on the attack directly from the start. You see, we haven't scored a lot of goals in the first
yeah,
10 or 20 minutes this season.
true.
All our goals have been after 20 minutes or in the second half, we've been very patient while attacking this season.
As long as our players are fit, I think
Yeah,
we are always going to be there. Last
yeah.
season, our issue was key players were getting injured and off
Mm.
form, and we didn't have the experience of a title race. This time, we do have the experience. We
Yeah,
learned our lessons. This approach is different. We have added better players. It's just about fitness and adding what we are missing in January. I think we didn't do that last season. Do it this season, then of course we are going to be quite close to City.
yeah,
But
yeah.
last season, last season also we got in defender. I think we got in Jakub Kivior, but he wasn't seasoned Premier League defender, so it was very
Mm.
difficult to replace Saliba directly. And I think he was brought in as a backup for Magalhaes, moreover
Magalhaes,
than
yeah. We still don't
yeah
have a Saliba replacement.
replacement. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a luxury. If we can have it in January, it's a luxury if we can have that.
No, but I think if Saliba gets injured, and
We don't want to
Tomiyasu
talk
is
about
still there. Yeah, no, okay, okay. Ben White can still drop in, and Tomiyasu can
for
go
sure.
in on the right side.
For
Yeah.
sure, but that center back is a crucial role. We still don't have that profile. Like Tomiyasu is still an out RCB. Ben White is still an
Yeah.
RCB. Your We have two LCBs, and
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, this is one thing that I wanted to share. I mean, it's a crazy stat that I could see, which is this, right? I mean, 40 appearances in the league for Arsenal Saliba, 30 wins,
30
four
wins.
losses, and I mean, this is league winning form.
Yeah.
So it's
This
pretty
is this
clear.
is
It's pretty clear what our spine is, what our strength is. And it was pretty clear why his contract extension took some time. He absolutely deserved that bag. And yeah,
96 points in 40 games. That's not at all bad.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then okay, so thank you. That was the pod for today. Siddhesh, Bhavesh, we lost Ashish for some while, but it's okay. We'll convey our gratitude to him later separately. Thank you so much, Siddhesh. Thank you so much, Bhavesh, Ashish. Look at the video. Thank you so much. And yeah, I think after the PSV game, when we wrap up the Champions League group stage, I think we can maybe connect again. See, there won't be another international break until March, thank God. So yeah, maybe
There are too
maybe
many games now.
yeah,
There are like three
Boxing
game
Day.
weeks in 2 weeks.
Yeah, maybe before Boxing
Hmm.
Day we
Congested
can touch
bunch.
base, and yeah,
Yeah.
then going into January we'll have lots to discuss. The window, etc., etc. Let's see what happens. So
Transfers.
yep, yep. Thank you so much, Siddhesh, Bhavesh.
Spicy.
Anything that you'd like to conclude with?
No, it was my first experience being on a podcast and I really liked it. I'm usually on the other side watching
Yeah,
people talk. But yeah, it was a good experience. Thank you so much, guys.
all the best for your next game. Keep us informed.
Yeah.
Send us inside coops
Yes,
and
yes,
all.
I'll keep sending videos and photos. Don't worry.
For sure, for sure. Yes. Siddhesh,
Yeah. Thank you guys for this podcast, and that's it.
yeah, yeah,
Let's
come
hope
on, you
we win our.
Gunners.
Yeah. Come on, you guys. Next January, tak we should win, and
Yeah,
let's get Tony.
yep, yep.
Let's get
In,
Tony.
onwards and
Chalo.
upwards. Up the Arsenal.
Onwards and
Thank you, everyone.
upwards. Bye bye.
Sure.